Okay. I guess it's recording. Okay, good. So I'm so excited to share about onboarding and getting coaches started right, because ultimately I think that is where it really does begin. This, when you're signing up here, you're signing up for your own business. So when we get our coaches started right and strong, that they feel confident. So to build a big, solid business. So when I went to Summit last year, it was my first time. So when Jared and I went there, you know, we attended as much seminars and things as we could. But Melanie Mitra, who is the #1 coach, talked about this, about getting coaches started right. And I'm telling you, light bulbs were going off for me, and I took tons of notes. And then I pretty much left that ready to take what she gave, but also make my own. So that's what I've done. I've created, you know, my own system of getting my coaches started right and strong. And I'm going to give this to you, and you guys can feel free to, you know, use it, tweak it, make it your own. So I'm going to go ahead and start screen sharing here. Hold on a sec. And we'll jump right in. Oh, screen. Oh, shoot. I need a password. Give me 1 sec. I got to get a password.
How old's the baby?
She's 10 months old.
No.
Is she laughing? Is that like her giggling?
Yeah, she like every time people are on the phone, she wants to like talk to.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right, Jen.
Can you guys see? I don't know what you can see right now because I'm on a different computer. I'm on my husband's like a really big one. So can you guys see the PDF?
Yeah, it's kind of off to the left half of the screen, but it's there.
But you can see it?
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Can you see it, Amy?
Yeah, you can zoom in if you, I mean, that'd be great if you could.
Yeah.
Okay, just give me a sec to figure that out.
Are you on a Mac?
Click the green one.
Click
Click
the plus sign.
in the upper left-hand corner, click on the green.
Oh, there you go.
Better? It looks the same to me.
Hit Command and the plus sign a couple times.
Oh. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay.
And then you can drag the bottom corner.
Eee, this computer screen is massive. Okay.
Yeah, and if you go to the bottom right-hand corner, there's like a whole bunch of diagonal lines. You can make that whole section bigger. Yeah.
You guys are so amazing with all your skills to pay the bills. I am not a computer person, but it's all good. Okay. Are we good? Can everybody see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is pretty much talk about the first page. I sent this over for you guys to like get a feel for it because it is a lot of information. So we only have so much time. So that's why I sent it over. So you could go through yours, print it and everything. I've put it in the team page. I put it in a few places. So feel free to print it off. And like I said, go to town on it and make it your own. The first page is a complete outline. So this is how I personally get my coaches started. So I made this outline. So that's what I'm going to do is go over the outline. You'll see the page numbers that it's sending you to. So we'll get to those after the outline. So in the beginning, most of my coaches do come from my challenge groups. And it's not all of them, but a lot of them do. Because at some point last year, I recognized that if I really invest in my challengers and in my challenge groups, my time, my energy, I'm really present, I'm really getting a lot of amazing coaches because these people are getting great results. They believe in the products and they're ready to just go forward. They're ready to just jump in and start helping other people. So the first part says coach prospect, identify them in the challenge group. So I can identify them actually very quick. Within like the first week or so, I can already identify who I know is going to be a coach or who I really believe will. So it says send out the coach invite, and that's going to be on page 2. We'll get to it, but that's through an email. And you'll see on page 2 that I've given you guys some samples and some ideas that I send out. So you can take a look at those and you can use them, or you can kind of like put your own wording in there. But that's what I do. I'll go ahead and just kind of like plant that seed from the very beginning. Right under there, I put, if they say no, then on page 3, you'll see I have some no responses for you guys. And then after that, a thank you response. So if they're interested, then I send out the what coaching is all about response. After that, a new coach application. I recognize that when I'm having my new coaches apply, it just makes such a big difference. Think about it, and everything we do in this life, if we want a credit card, or if you want to buy a house, if you want to sign up for anything, you need to apply. So there's really no difference with this business. I want all of my new challengers as well as my new coaches to always fill out an application. And I make mine in woofu.com. They're completely free and super easy to use. So I'll just send that application over. After that, I'll invite them to my next sneak peek. Another thing that I picked up from last year, all of my months and my groups were scattered. So I began the new year with having a complete schedule of challenge groups, coaching groups, sneak peeks. So every Monday of the week, something new starts. I've got a schedule laid out. I already have until April. Like my March and my April are already done. So on number 3, it says, invite to the next sneak peek. So I already have that date set that I know that I can pop them in. If they say yes, we'll get to page 3 about what is coaching about again. Okay, so right there, the invites, I'll give you some no and some yeses and some different responses that you're welcome to use. Once I get their application, I pretty much send over a "you're hired" email. Yes, they're starting their own business. No, nobody's working for me, but it's a welcome to the team. I just kind of put that "you're hired" as getting started. That's just another way to say it. So we'll get to that on page 6. So I send that out, and then I'll send out a welcome email, like you're talking about, Shannon. And that first welcome email is going to have a lot of information, but that's a little bit of the nature of beginning this business. There's a lot of information in the beginning. So I always try to encourage my new coaches to not get overwhelmed. I was once a brand new coach, and this is just a business with information overload. There's just a lot to take in. So we'll just take it a little bit at a time. So that first welcome email is going to cover some goals and action steps. It's going to cover all the business links, their website links. I have in there 10 personal questions that I like to ask. So I'm always trying to figure out more. I want to get to know everybody more, especially if somebody's coming on the team. I want to know as much as I can. We're going to be working together, and I want to get to know you. I want to get to know as much as I can about you. And I attach a business tracker. And the reason I do that is because I learned that successful coaches track. We track our days, we track our weeks, we track our months, because if you don't do that, then you have nothing to compare to the last month. So I go ahead from the get-go, I started attaching a tracker. And it's pretty much, it's pretty basic. You'll see it. It's attached in this PDF, but it talks about drinking your Shakeology each day, getting in your workout each day. You're checking these things off. I know they sound like, to some of us, like, yeah, of course, but I can be honest and say there's days that I skip. And if you skip too many days of workout and too many days of drinking your Shakeology and too many days of not inviting, you'll start to slide back. And I mean, it's just that compound effect that works in either direction. So I attach the tracker, and then once I get their information back, I'll send out a second welcome email that pretty much is really simple, and it's asking for a new photo, like a photo, so that I can get them announced, get them added to the team pages, and so that they can start getting the word out there for themselves. By me announcing them as a coach, puts it out on their team page, and people are going to start asking, questions and everything. So it'll ask for the photo. It'll have the co-lead a group and date. The heart of this business, you guys, is leading challenge groups. this is what we do. We help people. So in these challenge groups, we get to spend all this time, you know, nurturing and helping people change their life. So I want my new coaches to get the word out fast. Go public is pretty much what I say. So I'm going to help you go public. I'm going to get your photo in your announcement, and then I'm going to give you a script that pretty much says, my coach has a group. I'm co-leading with her. It's just, you know, and we create a little bit of scarcity because there's just some sort of mentality about that, creating scarcity that people like, oh, what is it? I want in. So I attach that as well. And then I go ahead and I announce it to their feed. I announce it to mine. I announce it to my like page, the team page. So I get the word out there. I put it on Instagram. I get my new coaches' faces and businesses out there. And that's what I want you to do. Okay, so going to that announcement of a new coach, let's see. Build an announcement. And you guys can do these. They can be very simple. You can make announcements on your phone. There's word swag. There's a beautiful mess. Rona Design, RHONNA. There's quite a bit of those really user-friendly phone apps that you can drop a picture in, you can drop words on, and just make a really fun little announcement. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but you do want to recognize and announce. So build an announcement and then launch it on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are. If you have a Pinterest account where you do a lot of this stuff, or a YouTube where you make videos, I mean, wherever you are and you're building an audience, that's where you want to get it out. Okay. After that,
Thank you.
it says here, send out the new checklist, which I have that one, but what I've been doing, it says also known as the 7-day quick start. So the 7-day quick start, all of us coaches get. You get it when you first sign up. That has the basics, guys. That has the vital behaviors, your why on it, how to get to Emerald Coach, the importance of setting a date to get to Emerald Coach. You know, what your goals should be in the first 30 days, what your goals should be in 60 days. It covers all the basics. So that goes out, and then I have them schedule a call in my Acuity account. So I set that up. I just pay $10 a month for my Acuity, and then I have a link on my blog that any coach on the entire team could go in and schedule, and it's also in the team page so that anybody can get a hold of me. So I will have them schedule with me and pick a date and time, and then we'll do our Getting Started Right call. What I do on the Getting Started Right call is I go through the 7-day quick start with them line by line. At the top of that, it says, you know, Coach ID. Everybody okay? Everybody can hear? Okay, awesome. So the coach ID is at the top, and then we just start moving all the way through it. And at the bottom, it's I think 25 or 30 people. You know, you start to thinking about people that you want to have join you. So I'll take my time with a new coach that has, you know, returned all the information back to me that I've asked, has their quick start filled out. Then let's get on the call. After that, it says send out welcome box. That is something new that I'm working on, and I'm almost done. I don't have any sitting right here, but I ordered a bunch of boxes. I'm getting t-shirts made. It'll have like a handwritten note from me, and it's just something really personal that I'm wanting to start doing. I just love the idea. I've ordered a stamp that has, you know, this real pretty stamp and everything. So that's just a fun idea that we can all do. But that'll happen next. Send out the welcome box. And then from there, Coach Basics or whatever you want to call your new coach training. So like I said in the beginning, I started the new year with a monthly schedule for every month. And I don't have it off the top of my head, but I believe my month goes something like this. The first week is a free 5-day group with the option of getting 5 days of Shakeology for $5 each. So it's $30 for me to ship it. The reason I do that is because I feel it. I've got one starting next week, and I've already got almost 40 people that are ready to go, and it's super excited. And these people, if they really follow the plan that I have, it's recipes, it's everything, will lose at least 5 pounds, and a good amount of them will be excited because it's just that boost that they needed. Sometimes it's just getting a little bit of results that just really motivates you and encourages you to just go for it. So that's the first week of the month. The very next week is my 21-day or 30-day challenge group. So I'll go into that group on the last couple days and say that I've got a new group coming up, and I'm holding spots for you guys in here if you want to order a challenge pack and take your results to the next level. So first week of the month, 5-day group. Second week of the month, challenge group. Third week of the month, 5-day sneak peek. And then the fourth week is new coach training. And I put them in that way, that order on purpose. The 5-day sneak peek is right before the new coach training because I want to be able to take those new coaches and get them right into a training. I think it's so important to, like I said, get them started right and then be able to offer them training, not just throw them out there, let them know, we're a team here and we want to see each other succeed. So we are in this together, and, if you want it, then I want it for you, and I'm going to help you reach it. So number 4 says Coach Basics. It's a 30-day training. Once they've done that, one of my big goals in there is to get them to help 3 to 5 people. And helping 3 to 5 people is going to, 1, get them challengers to be working with. 2, have them earning income to pay for their products. And then going forward in the next 30 days, which is going to be the Emerald to Diamond training, my goal in that is to, obviously, if they hadn't gone to Emerald and Coach Basics, which a lot of them do, a lot of new coaches do, but if not, we'll just jump right in. And then in the next 30 days, Emerald is the goal if it hasn't been achieved yet. And hitting Success Club as well by helping 3 to 5 people. So now you're going to be helping 3 to 5 more people. So you have the residual income from the first 3 to 5 coming in this month, as well as your new people. So you're not only, having all of your stuff completely paid for, you're now, earning income, and you're starting to grow your team. Make sense? Yes, everybody. I think my screen anyway. Okay, so Coach Basics, Emerald to Diamond training, and then Reach for the Stars leadership training, business building. So that's for the people that have achieved diamond, and then we go into the, working towards star diamond. So that's kind of my outline of getting everybody started right. We'll see how much time we have to cover these pages. Up here, in here, you'll see each one has a page number where I, show responses. I show the welcome letter, the you are hired letter. All of that is at the corresponding page number. I'll just go through a few of these. So when I'm prospecting or looking in my challenge groups, these are just a couple options. I will recognize their commitment. I'll recognize their leadership role in the challenge group. Like I said, you can spot them really fast. It's just the people that are just stepping up, and they're, really excited. They're sharing their own progress. They're sharing their own photos, their food. They're on the journey. You can really tell. And so they're not just being spectators, and they're in there. They're cheering the other people on. So you can spot them really fast. And so I'm going to give you a couple of options here. The first one is your commitment to the challenge group.
You just cut over no turns.
And then here's another one, option number 3. So these are just options you're free to use. You guys can print them and use them, or copy and paste. And like I said, change them up, tweak it, make it your own, make it sound just like you, or use this. You're welcome. Better this any way you know how. This is just a starting off point for everybody. If they get back to me and they're like, no, that's okay. I'm never, ever, ever upset about that. It's like, ever. To me, it's not a no anyway. I can tell you so many coaches on my team and so many challengers of mine were no's, like straight up no way. So I'm not ever offended or upset. I'm totally yeah, no, I get it. So I'll send this off and just say, hey, no worries, I'm bummed, but I totally get it. And I'll just say if you reconsider, or I'll even also say, which is not here, but another thing I'll say is, do you mind if I check back with you at another date? And nobody is ever just heck no or whatever. So everybody's pretty sure. And it usually just comes down to when people are ready. So here's a few options if they are interested. These are all just going to correspond back. So I'm not going to go through everything. Here's the application that I send. And like I put in the PDF all my links. So again, you're welcome to like copy them in and see what they are and make your application similar or even better. I think my applications are pretty simple. So, and make it a little more detailed. So this is the whole becoming a coach thing that I put together, and I send this out. So it's just letting them know. Before we get started in the details, I just want to share with you a little bit about what coaching is. I share about my experience, and then I go right into new coach application and signing up. So I talk a little bit about, the $39.95 because sometimes, a lot of times actually, it's different with everybody. Like I said, if they're coming out of a sneak peek, then they're getting all that information at once. These are challengers. So I'm dropping in information that they're not getting. I do sign up a lot of coaches from the sneak peeks because we're giving them 5 days of just tons of great information. So they're pretty ready to either say yes or no by the end of that. So explain here a little bit more about the sign-up fee and things like that. Okay. So that was step 1. Step 2 of becoming a coach. Step 2 just talks about getting some challengers. So like I said, this isn't an email, but I said we all have a sphere of influence, our family, friends, coworkers, neighbors, and social media, which is huge. It's pretty much where I've grown my entire business. I don't have, family that's joined and supports my business and things like that. And that's okay. It's pretty much all been on Facebook. It's where I built my entire business. So we have that, amazing tool going for us. So I just share a little bit about the great results of the benefits of the challenge group. So drinking Shakeology, joining the online accountability group, and top-notch workouts and a clean eating meal plan. So I pretty much just say all you need to do is invite them to join your next challenge group. So this is email. So moving on. Okay, so here's the you are hired email. Like I said, it's not really you're hired, but it kind of is. They're joining our team. They're joining us. So congrats after looking over your application. I'm so excited to hire you and welcome you to our team. You're going to be an amazing coach, and I can't wait to begin. I tell them right here how to go ahead and sign up and become a coach. Let them know I'm sending off the welcome emails. Okay, this is first welcome email, Shannon. So I think this is the one you might have seen, but this is the first one. This is going to talk about a lot of stuff. I'm going to ask them to take a color code test. I'm going to ask them to answer 10 questions. I'm going to talk about their retail websites, some goals that we're going to set in the first month. This goes out immediate. So I get them signed up, I shoot it right over. I'll even say to them, just be on the lookout for an email from me. So this is my first one. Do you guys have any questions so far? Am I just like zooming right along? We're good. Okay. Okay. Awesome. This is still the same thing. It's a big email. All these questions, it talks right here about the 7-day quick start. Print it out, fill it out, and as much as possible so we can get on the call together. Okay. Welcome to the team. And I have here, picture, name, rank, phone, my personal information. Second one, after I get that back, this is my second welcome email, and I'm letting them know I'm getting them added to the team page. And I notice sometimes that's overwhelming, but so I just try to let them know I'm going to add you to a couple team pages. I don't add my coaches all over the place. I add them to Team Free and Fit because that is our page. I add them to Fitspiration Dynasty because that's Lindsay's page, and we're a part of Lindsay's team. And we do things together, like lead groups, and there's questions and things, and so I want them to be a part. I want everybody to be a part of that. And I add everybody to the Bombshell Dynasty. And that's the big over umbrella team that we're a part of. And there's over, I don't know, 5,000 coaches in there. I personally don't go there on a daily basis, but I add everybody to it because if you have one of those off the wall questions, somebody in that group will have an answer. I don't know if somebody notices an ingredient in Shakeology and they need to know about it. That's a good place to check. The Bombshell Dynasty team page will be a great place for those, random questions. So I will add my coaches to those 3 places, and I'll say, okay. Go.
When I first started, you were rolling that out, like you did free and fit, and then like a couple weeks later, you added me to the fits one, and then later to the. Are you still doing that, or did you do them all at once?
Oh yeah, I know. Hold on one second. If you want to keep this open, please assign it. Oh, can you guys see that meeting? Host before you cancel. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was changing that. I was trying to figure out because I had dealt with people getting so overwhelmed. So I would slowly do it. That's exactly right. And that's just kind of based off of what's going on. I think I had before you had just dealt with somebody or a few people being like, I don't know what's going on and it's just too much. So then I just started being really, really cautious with not trying to overwhelm anybody.
I was just wondering if you'd like noticed that had worked better or not, or if you'd gone back.
I think it's the person. I really do. I think it's the person. Some people start getting all these notifications and I'm like, what's going on? And some people might just be used to it and they're on Facebook regularly. Like for me, it was overwhelming at first because I wasn't barely on Facebook. So, and this is just, you guys can do whatever you want. You don't have to add them to all these places. That's just what I like to do. And I would just definitely do it by the person. If you notice that somebody's like, I want to take it really slow, maybe have 1 or 2 challengers. I'm not here to make somebody do something they don't want to do. Like, it's not like, no, we're running. No. If somebody is just like, I want to just have a couple of challengers a month. I want to pay for my Shakeology. I will not go add them to those other places. I will probably just add them to Team Free and Fit, and that's it. So there's no sense. But if somebody is like, I want to, I don't know, earn 6 figures in a year and a half, well, then I'm going to want them to have as much, access to, things going on, calls and knowledge and things like that. So it just might be per person. Make sense? Okay. And so here's, like I said, here in this email, the second one that comes out, I let them know I'm getting them announced, and then I go ahead and give them that whole, I'm so excited, I just got selected to be an apprentice coach, and this is just that going public. This is just that getting that word out and kind of sharing what you're doing. And you can change it up and make it sound like you. This is just something that I have, and it's fun and simple and gets people definitely interested. Here's the tracker that I attached for you guys to print off. It's the daily tracker. It pretty much has the basics. Invite, be proof the product's work, and growth. All these things are vital behaviors, things that are easy to do and things that are easy not to do. So you skip them day after day after day, and you start to feel like things are sliding. So inconsistency leads to, I don't know, just maybe complacency, just maybe. And I'm speaking from my own experience. I know because I've been there. I know because I've taken weeks and skipped things. So I know how important it is to not. So I've attached this for you guys to print off and use. I keep one of these printed and in my binder or my calendar with me wherever I am, because a couple of days of the week I'm out with the kids and a couple of days I'm home. So I always have one of these with me. So it just kind of can keep me focused and on track. So that's it for the PDF. I know it's a lot of information, but actually it's really basic and simple and to the point, and get your coaches in the know and started and added to groups and announced and gets them out there solid. What are some of you guys' questions or thoughts or questions pertaining to this or any other questions? We have 4 minutes left. Which one? Somebody? Anybody?
I have a question, Jen.
Yes.
How long, I was listening to Carly Del Carlo, and she was saying, when she has a new coach and they hit Success Club, she kind of expects them to go ahead and run their own challenge group because they were a challenger of hers, so they should know how to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out, what's a good balance between like letting your new coaches like do a challenge group with you, but then being like, okay, now you need to do your own.
Yeah, I know. I heard that too, and I was just like, wow, because I'm like that mama hen that's like, let's do all the challenges together. Let's go. And so
I know, I've been doing challenge groups with my coaches for like since forever. And so now I'm like, oh crap, do I got to kick them out now? So I'm like, I don't know what to do.
what I actually recently started doing was pairing my coaches up. I really like somebody to, I mean, you don't have to pair it up on the team, but I want everybody to have a partner. So that way you don't feel like, oh, I'm out just leading all these groups and it's overwhelming. If you have a partner like Becca and Sam do, they do these things together. So I like to have my coaches do at least one challenge group with me. But then after that, I love the idea. I say, start setting a schedule, start setting your own. Now, I don't want that to mean, leave and don't lead any challenge groups. I think every single coach needs to be leading at least one challenge group per month. If you're not, then I don't know. I mean, I think it's really important. So yeah, I know I heard that too. And that was pretty eye-opening to me because she was pretty much saying, they gotta go. They gotta go do this thing.
But I think she's right, because I think I've been holding hands too much, and that's why, people don't grow. So I need to be like, okay, move on, like time to go.
Yeah, and it's super simple. I mean, everything's in the files. Everybody's provided everything. So, I think after that initial one group, that's kind of the direction I'm going to be heading into. I'll help everybody find partners, and that's what I'm going to say. I'll help you find a partner if you don't want to, lead on your own. But I think it's important that we just like jump right into it. That's what I did. Looking back, that is what I did. I just jumped right in and I just went for it, and it doesn't have to.
Well, and me too, and that's what I feel like helped me in my business and grow so much, was that I just jumped into it and did it. Right. So I feel like, but I was motivated to do that on my own, and I don't want to force someone to do that if they're not comfortable, I guess.
Exactly. Oh, Sam, you made it. Awesome. We have 1 minute left. Do you guys have any last minute questions? You can feel free to text them, or what are your thoughts about the whole process? Was it easy to understand and solid? Yeah, good. Okay, good. Man, shoot, it's a lot packed in. Anybody have any questions, Sam? Anything? I'm so glad you got your camera, girl. Woo!
That's so exciting. Your face.
There she is. Let me get a picture with Shannon laying down. I love it.
Here, I'll sit up. Sorry.
No.
My hair's all crazy.
I hope we have time. Smile. I got it. So pretty.
And medicine all in the background.
Awesome. So let me stop recording. Shoot.